eyes are bright, it made me swoon. Our love is like a summer's day.
Welcome back, guys. So it is Saturday today. Sorry, I'm gonna kind of talk a little quiet because right now Colt is sleeping. So it's Saturday, and typically what we do for Saturdays, that's kind of like my cleanup from the weekday. And then in the evenings, DJ sister and I get all the kids together and they play and have a good time. We eat dinner together, and we just kind of, it's just a fun thing that we like to do. So, because they enjoy it, we enjoy it. So that's what we'll be doing this evening. But before that, I've got to get this house cleaned up. I know I've definitely got to clean the bathrooms. And there's just kind of odds and ends stuff that's been left out from the week that I've got to get to. So we are also going to make some jalapeno poppers because I have a bunch of jalapenos from the garden that are like needing to be eaten up. So we're gonna make some of those, and poppers sound so good right now. I don't know if it's the pregnancy cravings or what's going on, but it just sounds wonderful. So we're gonna do that right now, and I will show you guys how I make, this is like a really simple basic popper recipe, and this is how we do it. Now I will just tell you guys, if you're going to make these and you don't have any gloves, get some, because I've done it without gloves, and every time I've ever done that, like if I've run out of the disposable ones, and I haven't had a set of these that I don't use for cleaning or, you know, whatever, if I've done it without them, I regret it later because your hands will burn for hours. But so what I'm doing right now is I'm just gonna cut these jalapenos in half, and we are going to take out all the seeds and the veins. Now, supposedly if you leave the veins in, they're hotter, but I don't know if the kids are going to have any of these, so I don't want them super hot, and I know DJ's mom, if she has any later, she doesn't like hot stuff. So we're just going to do it like this and take everything out so they're not going to be super, super hot. I should have said this beforehand, but pull out your cream cheese before and let it soften up, because if it's not soft, it really stinks to mix it up. Alright, so we're going to need about 6 ounces of this cream cheese, so not the whole thing, but pretty dang close. And we're going to put this in our bowl. This portion, I do wash my hands first, just FYI. Because I know somebody's going to say something about my bare hands. But I do wash my hands. Yeah, this portion here is really just going to be for the filling. We're just mixing all of this stuff up, pretty much. Do a teaspoon of garlic powder. And these are not like anything, this isn't like anything special of a popper recipe. This is really just basic plain jalapeno poppers, because that's how I do it. And then we need some cheddar cheese. I bought the block sharp cheddar just because I feel like the only other thing that we would really use sharp cheddar for would be like cheese and crackers. So I didn't get the stuff that was already shredded just because I don't think that would be, they don't really sell like, because you only need like half the block, and they don't really sell like that amount of shredded cheese, and I don't think we would use the other half a bag of shredded sharp cheddar for anything. So we got block, and I'm just going to shred it up here. This is like one of the worst. I envy those people who never buy the shredded cheese, because it is cheaper to buy the block cheese. And they have the drive to take a cheese shredder and shred up all their cheese, because it really doesn't take that long, but I think it is just like one of the most pain in the butt things. Like, I just don't like doing it. I just really don't. Which is so dumb, because this only took me like all of 3 minutes. Okay, first world problems, shredding the cheese. Okay. So we got our cream cheese, our garlic powder, and our shredded cheese. And now we're going to need some chives. Now, disclaimer, I don't actually have any chives, but I do have some green onions. If you have chives, that's great. If you don't, you can use just chop or dice your green onions like really, really finely, and these work just fine. So if you don't have chives, or you can't find them at the store or something, this is a pretty decent substitute here. This is actually, I feel like this is what my family always put in theirs anyways, is just good old green onions. And you don't necessarily have to use these either. I really like them in there for that extra little bit of like, I don't know, they just really add a good flavor. But if you're not really a chive onion person, you can leave these out. Alright, so I just do these like, I try to get these really as finely chopped as I can. You need about 2 tablespoons. That's about 1. And I need a little bit more. I'm also usually like a really big measure person. Some people don't. They just throw everything in there. I like to measure like everything. So it's kind of funny that I'm not doing that right now. But honestly, I just don't want to dirty another measuring spoon is really what it is. But typically, especially seasonings and stuff, I really like to measure. Because I like when stuff comes out the exact same every time. Especially if it's something that I make a lot and I know it's good. I just measure it because I want it to be the exact same thing. I got chives stuck all over my hand. That looks pretty good though, if you guys can see that. We're gonna mix this up and just set it to the side. This is what we're working with. This is our cheese and chive mixture. And I went ahead and gave that a stir, and then we are going to fill up all of these jalapenos here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna melt a tablespoon of butter, put some panko breadcrumbs with it, mix it up, and we're gonna put that on top of our mixture here. So let's get started on that. You could also use your gloves again for this part. I don't necessarily use it for this part. I just kind of, because you're not really cutting and getting that oil all over you. You're just filling these guys up. And it's okay if these are like overflowing. That's kind of to your preference. I like them to be overflowing. And I kind of like pat them down and make them look, try to make them look pretty. If that makes sense. And you can also add, like into your cheese mixture, a lot of people like to add bacon. You can like fry up some bacon and put it crumbled up in there. I'm not a bacon person. It's just not my jam. But I know a lot of people like that. Or once you make these, instead of putting your panko breadcrumbs and your butter on, you could also wrap them in bacon. And I've never tried that because, like I said, I'm not a bacon person. But I bet for you bacon lovers out there, I bet that would be really, really good. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Wait till you say her. A, B, C, D, me. My hometown girl. I got a girl. A, B, C, D. Alright, y'all, my butter is melted. That took about 30 seconds for a tablespoon. And then we're going to use about a 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs. Yes, I'm using the half measuring cup because the 1/4 one was not available right now. And then we're gonna stir up these breadcrumbs, because that butter really, they soak it up really fast, but I promise you it does make a difference, because it kind of looks like I'm literally just stirring breadcrumbs around, but it does make a difference. Alright, and then we're just gonna spread this bad stuff on top. Alright, so I got a little bit left, so y'all know I'm gonna use that up on our plainer batch here. Alright, and so what the breadcrumbs do, they're not a total, like a ton of flavor. Y'all see my little pregnant belly pooching out there? So they're not like a ton of flavor, but, because they're plain breadcrumbs with just butter on them, but they add a really nice little bit of crunch when you bite into them. Alright, so here is the almost finished product. While I'm just waiting for the oven to preheat, these guys are just going to sit up here, and I will clean up from the mess.
You see her, you'll agree. Don't wanna boast, but I gotta get. Wait till you see her. A, B, C, D, me.
That is it. Okay, the oven just dinged, and so I'm gonna get these. Woo, it's hot. I'll get these papas in. We're gonna do these somewhere around 20 minutes. I'm gonna probably set my timer for 8. Whoa, way past there. That was quick. Probably set my timer for about 18, and then we'll just kind of see how they look, and we'll take it from there. And do y'all do this where you load the dishwasher and then you find a bunch of other dishes that are supposed to go in it? Love when that happens. I almost forgot to film and show you all kind of the coloring that I like. So I about just died because I forgot that these were in the oven. So they're a little overdone, and you can tell because they are really just, yeah. But I think they're still going to taste really good. So 18 and 22 minutes, and apparently my timer, you have to press the start. And my old oven wasn't like that. You just turn the, you just push timer, select your time, and then it started. This one you have to push start, and I did not push start. But that is still the coloring. You want them a little bit golden. These are just a little overdone. All right, y'all. So let them cool off for a couple minutes. Ooh, they're still pretty dang hot. Cool off a little bit. That sucker looks good though. Oh man. The bottom's still really hot though. Then we are about to taste test this bad boy. There we go. That's probably a little bit better so you guys can actually see me now. But yeah, these guys, they got a little overcooked, but they'll be okay. They still taste awesome though. And there's like just enough of a little kick at the end, but not so much to where like your mouth wants to die. Does that make sense? Yeah. Super good though. So I gotta tell you guys this story. We were sitting at the table, and Wes comes up to me and he sits down, because I was sitting at the table, I was doing folding laundry or something like that. And he sits down, he goes, puts his little hand on the table, and he goes, I gotta talk to you. And I said, okay, what you gotta talk to me about? He said, it's very serious. I'm like, okay, what is very serious? Because he is just turned 4, so there aren't a lot of serious things in his life right now. But apparently it was very serious. So he looks at me and he goes, well, he said, Dada kept his old truck. Because DJ did, he got a new truck. I don't know if I told you guys that. I don't think I did. But we kept his old one, and because pretty much what happened was, I don't remember what he said was wrong with it. Oh, the engine like locked up. So at some point he thinks that this is going to be his tinker truck, and he's going to make it something wonderful again, because he really, really loved this truck, but it's like his old truck. So, but he loved it. So he decided to keep it. And then we went and got him something else. So Weston looks at me and says, "Dad, I kept that old truck." And he said, "That's gonna be me and Dada's truck, and we gonna go mud hunting. And that's gonna be our mud hunting truck. That's okay with you?" And I'm sitting there and I was just like, oh my gosh, just the cutest friggin' thing. And I feel like probably like the 3 to 4 year old age range is where they just say the cutest things, because they're starting to develop a lot of personality, and they kind of like, they'll take on some of what you say. So yeah, so apparently his old truck is gonna be their mud hunting truck. I don't know what mud hunting is, but it sounds like something wonderful, let me tell you. So I got the floors done, I got the dishes done. Well, I got the dishes done except for one pan for the poppers. But I'm waiting for the dishwasher to rerun because I don't feel like scraping it by hand. Yeah, I'm that person today. But I did get the bathrooms all cleaned up, and everything looks pretty good. So I'll probably take off here in a little bit. I'm still waiting for Colt to wake up. He's taking a mega long nap today, and I'm okay with it because his schedule has been thrown off a little bit lately, and he's just been really crabby because of it. So I'm hoping, since he's taking a really good nap, he's going to be really happy later. So we'll probably take off here in a little bit, and I'm not sure what DJ's sister and I and all the kids are going to do for dinner. We'll just kind of probably play it by ear. Usually we'll get a pizza or something like that, but I really want some Mexican food. So we'll see how it goes.